Alright, good morning. So we're going back to Purest Outer. I decided I suffered enough, so we're gonna play with a bedroll this time. Hey Jen, welcome in. Something to sleep to. I don't know, it might be a little bit too intense. We'll see. So yeah, I had this idea a while back. I think this is gonna be a little bit easier than the no bedroll version. Obviously it'll be nice to be able to sleep, without having to have a snow shelter. But no caves is going to make it quite a bit more difficult than regular Purest Outer, obviously. So let me load up my... Here's the NOGOA code. Let's just load that game. So Jen, originally my plan was to allow caves for curing, right? Like I could just go in and put the thing down for curing. But I think I'm going to go for an even stricter version. I think I'm going to have to use places like Mountaineers or the fire towers. What I can do, I think, is stand outside and place the items inside to cure. And then come back and retrieve them later. So I'm gonna try that and see if it's not too painful. That's how I'm planning to do it. It'll be interesting to see if I can even place a large item like a bear or a moose hide inside like that, if we even make it that far. Alright, so here's all of our NOGOA stuff. Random, of course. I say random. No, I want to just get the bedroll. Let's start in Mystery Lake. I don't want to, like, run to Mystery Lake, find out the bedroll's not there, have to restart. Going to Bleak Inlet isn't as reliable in this because the bedroll in the cave would be out of bounds. You can use the bench outside at Mountaineers. I think you have to build a rock cache to do that, right? Like you have to build one near the window and like stand on it and look down through the window. I probably won't do that. I'll probably just craft at like the bench in Ash Canyon or I mean there's a few outdoor places that are convenient to craft. We'll see. Yeah, so I'm just gonna choose spawn. It's probably gonna take us a few attempts to get a bedroll anyway. Trader doesn't matter. Use it outside the door? Did you have to move it first? Like, I feel like you could go inside and move it, and then you'd be able to use it. Right, I know where I am. I guess we just, I don't need to worry about teas right now. We'll find a few on the way. I'm gonna try a bit of a weird path here, I think. I'm pretty sure I tested it thoroughly, but it's possible that I missed something that you can do. Need a lot of early fuel here. Let's pick up all these sticks. Okay, I think this is what I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go up this way.
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
I feel like this is the wrong location. Did I come too far? Oh, this looks wrong. Maybe it's a little further down. Got your forge run on Loper. I just waited for stuff to cure. Yep. Sounds nice. I either was too early or too late here. I think I was too late. I should probably just grab every single stick I see. Yeah, I was too late. It's okay. This probably isn't bad, because then we can get all the sticks here, check the box at camp office, get the rose hips. Yeah, this is probably better, come to think of it. I was thinking of taking that shortcut over to the fishing hut, but it's really not that far. Come on, cattails. Ah, here it is. Okay, now the hut. This is Frankie's hut. Should be right out here somewhere. Hopefully I don't... Yeah, there it is. I was gonna say hopefully I don't miss it in the blizzard. No flare this time. Unlucky. Yeah, the main reason I haven't gone back to Frankie is the problem with that save is I'm just not going to be able to see a lot of the new content. Like, I'm never going to be able to travel to the far territories. Just be locked to just a few regions. Hey, Battlefield, welcome in. I remember who you are this time. Taught me the goat behind the dam in Winding River. Alright, let's see if we get lucky with a fire striker in the train car here. Actually, we could get lucky in two places. It could be here or in the logging camp. Wouldn't prevent frostbite in the second location, but it'd still be pretty good. I could be stopping for sticks along here, maybe. Yeah, let's get some more sticks. Yeah, it's been a while. Okay, come on, lucky fire striker. Yay! We can't make a fire in here, can we? Oh, we can. Just do that. Sure. I don't think we have enough to make any teas, but it's okay.
Come on, little fire.
Hey, Mako.
Come on, little fire.
I'll send you a message later, but I was thinking if you have time, maybe we could do another thing on Monday or Tuesday.
Come on, little fire.
I'll shoot you a message on the Discord later, though. Yeah, we might get frostbite here. Wow, it's so cold. I'm gonna throw like every single stick on here. Alright. Let's drop the stuff that's completely soaked. Yeah, I didn't leave it in French. Yeah, unfortunately I didn't get quite enough rose hips. Maybe we should have pressed on a little bit. I also barely have enough sticks to warm up. Let's see. We don't need to craft tinder. Yeah, I think next time, even if I find a fire source this early, I'll press on a little bit further. Just have to accept the frostbite. This isn't, I mean, if there is a next time, there's still only a fairly low chance we get the bedroll, so... Maybe I need to grab those rose hips at the start, too. It's actually pretty important to get teas going early. Alright, well, with no clothing to tear down, none of this is in terrible condition, right? 95%. And we could tear this down. Doesn't really net me anything. Alright, I guess we're just passing time until the blizzard ends. Kind of painful, but... I don't know. It's actually cold now. It's like -1.
I've never felt so cold in my life.
I just gotta wait this blizzard out. Then it'll get warmer. can also put these on. This is completely dry. Okay, blizzard is over. Now it's gonna start to warm up. Yeah, here we go. Okay, I want to quickly go see if we have a bedroll. Got 2 locations to check. Yeah, we can go ahead and throw all this on. It's close enough to dry. Good call. So it's 7. I could get up to maybe plus 20 or so with torches. Probably need to get about halfway warm before I do that. Oh no, I'm realizing the problem with this. We're gonna have not enough good torches now. Not exactly what I had in mind. Alright, let's just go. As soon as this finishes. how little extra leather there is. I feel like it's fairly common, especially if you tear down like all the extra running shoes and leather shoes and driving gloves. Like all of those items are fairly common. No bedroll here.
Starting to feel numb.
Just one more battlefield because I'm doing no caves.
Wait. I'm so cold.
But I'm gonna force the bedroll for this challenge. So if it's not in the blind, I'm just gonna restart. I don't feel like going to Bleak Inlet. And no, I can't go via transition caves either. So Hush River Valley is completely off limits. Blackrock is completely off limits. It's kind of a neat solution because those are both really powerful regions because they have a lot of coal. And especially HRV for all the tools and the coal and the teas and, you know, all the wonderful stuff you can get there. I don't see it. I don't know if I would see it from up here. More rose hips. Nope, it's not here. Alright, take two. See, I could like live and go to Bleak Inlet, but the problem with going to Bleak Inlet is, first of all, with these rules, there's no place to sleep on the way because all the beds are in caves. And secondly, one of the bedroll spawns is in a cave, so then it makes it only a 50% chance that Bleak Inlet even has a bedroll. So I think with the extra challenge of this, it makes sense to just force the bedroll from the start. Now I have a better idea of what I'm doing, so we're gonna do things a little bit differently for this start. So first thing is I can grab some teas right here. In theory. And then I can probably grab more sticks if I go down here first. There's also a chance I could get some coal right here. But I don't think I want to go that far out of the way just for the chance at coal. I can always come get the coal later if this turns out to be a good run. I just want to stay down here off the track and get as many sticks as I can while we're traveling. And then I gotta figure out when the right time is to cross over to get the sticks on the other side, because there's a lot of sticks on the other side too. I'm not sure if I should cross now or if I should get one more batch of sticks. Let's try for one more. Probably another stick spawn up here soon. See a branch. Where there's branches, usually there are sticks. Not this time. There's some down here. I'm going pretty far off course. Oh, this is already pretty much there. But yeah, I think after the first batch of sticks, I should immediately turn. I bet I missed a bunch here. I bet I missed a bunch back there. Alright, I think I'm gonna skip. Wow, losing my voice there for a second. I think I'm gonna skip the fishing hut this time. Let's grab the container and then just go. I don't think it's worth going all the way out there just for the small chance of a... You know what? I'm just gonna eat this. It's relatively safe right now, and the 1% that I get food poisoning would just restart. I didn't get any tinder. Probably not ideal. Okay, no fire striker this time. Not surprising. Ooh, gloves are a really good find. Book for starting a fire. We still have no tinder though. Jen, I just set up my Discord, sort of. I'll add you there. In fact, I'll send an invite to a couple of people. I'm still like working out some of the details, but it's like mostly ready. So I can add people in to facilitate. All right, Jan, I'll get there eventually. I should be right near the trailers, right? Am I too far? Yeah, here we go. All right, hopefully the fire striker's here. If it's not, we got a decision to make. It is not. So... It's really far to get to the other fire striker spawn location. I think we just hope for RNG matches. We go for the bedrolls, and we hope for RNG fire starter. Wait, why can I not get up here? I don't want to get a sprain. I guess I have to go around this way. No bedroll here. This might be a dead run anyway. Some tinder right here. Should be some lying around. Good enough, I guess. Maybe I need to do a different spawn that has a guaranteed could spawn in like muskeg and grab the guaranteed flare first. Maybe that would be better. Then quickly come and check for the bedroll. The problem with this is now, like, even if I find the bedroll,
Freezing.
there's no guarantee we find a way to make a fire before hypothermia sets in. What? Where am I? Okay, I am here. It's not here anyway. Yeah, I'm thinking it might take... It's less than 50% to find the bedroll in one of these two places. So maybe... we either force the fire striker spawn on the way... or we start in, like, muskeg. I don't know. Let's do one more Mystery Lake spawn. I'm staying pretty near the tracks. It's not like I'm immune to getting lost in blizzards myself. Alright, let's go across now. Last time I stayed over here too long and missed all the sticks on this side, I think.
Oh, so cold.
Okay, I think I'm happy with the pathing I just did. This gets me the largest amount of sticks in the shortest distance. I'm pretty sure. Now maybe it makes sense to cross the tracks here. But we're pretty much almost there anyway, I think. Yeah, it's right here. No fire striker. These tools seem to be pretty common here. Oh, that's a branch. Is the fire striker guaranteed? No. So, the fire striker is on 2 of the loot tables. And it's in 3 different spots, and I can only really afford to check 2 of them on these starts. So I'm just basically hoping for it. The memento box is empty in the cave. Also, isn't the... maybe the spawn for that is inside. Or is in the truck. Is that the one where the thing is in the truck? Either way, it's empty, unfortunately. Oh, come on, I want that stick. Guess I'll settle for these. Uh-oh, we're gonna get a spray in here. Not here either.
Damn. I'm freezing.
Yeah, one of them is the 3 marine flares in Desolation Point. And that one is actually really useful for Outer if you spawn there. But unfortunately, it's just such a bad spawn in other regards that nobody would ever want to spawn there anyway. So unfortunately, I think if I don't find the fire striker in those 2 spots that I just checked, maybe I'm gonna keep going just because I think there might be a chance of a flare in one of these locations, one of these upcoming locations. All right, sounds good. Maybe I should go check the truck. Let's go check the truck this time. We can grab more teas on the way over too. was a bit out of the way, maybe. Well, these stumps are empty today. It's unfortunate.
This is so cold. I'm gonna lay down for a bit.
Not in a blizzard, it couldn't. But yeah, used to have a moose spawn here. Where was the other mystery? Oh yeah, over by unnamed cabin. I always used to get that moose. I like to do that one because you could shoot it and then hop in the door, come back out, shoot it again, hop inside. Yeah, we're just, I mean, it's not unusual to get a lot of frostbite on this challenge. Oh my goodness. Well, I guess my best shot then would be to, let's go see if that red flare is there in the fishing hut. 'Cause I did get a bedroll, so it's worth trying to make this run work. We're gonna get hypothermia most likely. So I think what I need to do, if I want to get a start on this, I need to either start in Muskeg, get the guaranteed flare, and accept a longer wait time to determine whether we get the bedroll, or I need to force the fire striker at the start, which means more restarts. Which isn't great. I want the fire striker and the bedroll both in a good location, or like a decent location. Basically doing only one loot table, so that's 1/4. 2 out of 3 spawns for the bedroll, 2 out of 3 for the fire striker, so that's 2/3 times 2/3 times 1/4. 1/9 of the times we'd have to start on average 9 times just to get a start that works. Ah, shoot. No flare. Could get lucky in these cabinets, maybe. All right, let's try it. Yeah, the FM start, or I could even do the Mystery Lake start and just run to FM for the flare. I thought about that too. It's really not that far. The problem is even getting a flare isn't like, it doesn't guarantee that the run will succeed. Fire Striker is pretty much a guarantee. But the flare, all it takes is for one gust of wind to blow my torch out before I can get to a new ignition source. I wonder if Bleak Inlet is a good spawn for this. Oh, I can't spawn in Bleak Inlet because I would have to use the caves to get out. So that's a no-go. I mean, technically I wouldn't have to. I could do the ridiculous goat out and then goat out of the ravine.
Die if I don't warm up soon.
Yeah, that's not happening. Yeah, the problem is even in Bleak Inlet, it's only a 50-50 for the bedroll, and I still need to get matches. My original thought was maybe it'd be easier to spawn into Bleak, check a couple of spots for matches, check the 2 bedroll spots, like it'd be faster and more likely. But it's just going to be worse weather. Nastier and impossible to leave, so... I guess this is slightly more likely than 1 in 9 to work because if I do this enough times, we'll eventually just find matches in like a box or a corpse or something. And then that'll be a good enough fire starter, and then I only need to find the bedroll with that. Bedroll and hammer. I don't think I've ever seen a hammer in Bleak Inlet. Oh, inside the cannery? Yeah, well, we're doing outer, so I know it's tough to remember all the details. I always get people asking me, well, why can't you just go inside there or do this? No, it's fine. I find myself making that mistake sometimes. Okay. Got the fire striker at least. Let's push on to... I could avoid frostbite. Okay, I'm gonna do something a little weird here. How many? 42 sticks. That's probably enough. I hope I can figure this out. I don't usually go this way. Yeah, actually knowing there's a hammer that spawns in Bleak now is useful. Uh-oh. I think I went the wrong way. I don't recognize anything now. Guess we can just start a fire here. Hopefully this is protected enough. I think we have a book too, right?
Come on, little fire.
Evidently not. Just sticks.
Come on, little fire. Come on.
Well, so much for preventing frostbite.
Come on, little fire.
Okay. Let's, whoa! Look at this! What a bug! It like opened a double cooking menu, this got all screwed up, and it's in the wrong language again. How in the world did it decide to do that? It looks... I don't want to say for sure because... Yeah, it looks French, sort of. It doesn't... I don't know. It doesn't look exactly right. Anyway, we're stuck here. I can't do anything. I can... Well, that's annoying. Looks like my fire got blown out too. Yeah, we just have to Alt F4 out, unfortunately. Okay, so slightly new plan here. Let me see if I can pull this off. Okay. Maybe I can full screen this somehow? Like that? No, that's the wrong thing. All right, 1 second. Does this work? Yeah, okay. So, loot table 2 is the one we want. Maybe I can make this larger. Doesn't look like it. Not easily. No, I'm not trying to do that. Okay, so... Here's what I want to know. If I go to... we were thinking about spawning in Muskeg. Yeah, unfortunately there's no, like, deciders that tell you what loot table you're on. Although I remember saying, I remember somebody on the Reddit saying that certain book spawns were tied to loot tables. Ooh, I wonder if... I wonder if we could save a bunch of time. The other nice thing about going to Muskeg first is we can just get a bunch of coal there. Okay, let's do some experiments. That's wrong. Wait, why is it doing that? It's completely the wrong thing. I give up. The shame there's no seeds like in Stardew. Yeah, well, there probably is a seed. We probably just can't see it. right? Like there'd probably be a way to read the loot table from the memory of the game if you wanted to when it started. Apparently there's an update for the Long Dark. I guess I'm installing this. This is a... Wait a minute. I haven't updated my game since it updated like 3 days ago. That's weird. Hopefully I don't regret doing this update. Maybe it'll fix the cooking bug. Alright, well it looks like this is going to take a couple minutes, so we might as well take a break here. I'll be back in like 5. Alright, well this may have just turned into a science stream with a possible OuterNOGOA run. I think we're gonna start in Mystery Lake and we're gonna run into muskeg for the flares. And I'm gonna check on this book theory. Is this one of the ones I did? Must be. Okay, so there's our code. Go for the mystery lake spawn again. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can find some teas on the way in to Muskeg. Guess we want a stone. Okay, so here's a batch of stumps, but these don't have T's on them apparently, or I got really unlucky. I think I need to go a little bit further, or maybe these are the stumps right here? Get some cattails too.
I can't feel my hands.
Yeah, see, I can never find... There's like a bunch of stumps with rishis nearby, but I don't know where they are. I think they might be a little bit further that way.
Oh, so cold.
Let's try back here. Stick to the high ground for now. Here's some stumps. Hey Pickle, welcome in. Yeah, I don't know. Obviously this isn't working out for me. Zero T's so far. Maybe I can go scout it out on the way back. Even though this run is kind of dead, I can at least learn a little bit from it. Sometimes you can even get matches here. Wouldn't that be sweet? Oh my goodness, they are here. Now, I don't think we got a book here, did we? I definitely picked up that field dressing book from the backpack.
Come on, little fire.
Guess we use one coal. I got a sewing primer and a small arms handbook. Where did I find those? I was saying the run was dead because I didn't get any teas. But obviously finding matches makes it slightly more reasonable. Like, I spent all that time running around out there and I got 0 teas. So this was the one I got from the backpack. Sewing primer and small arms. Did I find both of those sitting on the floor here? I'll have to rewatch the VOD. Okay, so the testing I want to do, let's just pass time here because I don't really have anything else to do. Maybe we drop these. Got a hat I can put on eventually. Just take everything off. Just gotta wait for the blizzard to end. Yeah, at least one was here. I can go back and watch the thing to find out for sure. Got the small arms here. Okay, thank you. Where did the sewing primer come from? Does anybody remember? Picked up both books and immediately said, I don't think we found a book here. That sounds like something I would do. Do I even look for teas right now? I think we'll figure out the tea thing later. Let's just go straight to Mystery Lake and try to figure out if there's any truth to this book loot table nonsense. Could actually be really useful for grinding some of those tournament starts too. Like just run to the nearest spawn where there's a book, check it, and you instantly know which loot table you're on without having to do all this extra traveling first. Let me just see. I'm just gonna take a quick look. I could have sworn that like that's where we found that one book. Could have sworn there were stumps, like, right here. Did we just get really unlucky? There's some over there. Alright, my curiosity got the better of me. Let's see if it's these stumps. Yeah, I'm betting it's somewhere around here that I didn't loot. Okay, there's some.
My fingers feel numb.
So I just have to take note when we come in. Yeah, it's these ones behind these rocks. How do I find this in a blizzard? Only 2 mushrooms here, of course, but sometimes there'll be more.
It's a goddamn freezing.
I don't think there's a way to get up this way. Alright, I'll figure out how to get to those later. Running to poachers to start a fire and wait out the blizzard? Well, I mean, it's certainly worth it if I find matches there. I'd say it is worth it, but you have to find teas to make it worth it, right? Like, you have to get teas on your way. The problem with running and starting a fire to wait out the blizzard and then not having teas to travel with is then you end up doing what I'm doing now, which is just traveling in the cold anyway, right? Like, I'm taking extra cold now. So it's better to find the teas on the way, if you can. I mean, obviously, if you're going to get lost and spend a whole bunch of time and not get anything, then it's not worth it, but... Ideally, we'd actually spawn at the Broken Railroad side of things. Get the teas from that end, and then also get the teas on the way into Mystery Lake. I guess we don't really need a bunch of sticks and everything. Let's just go straight there. Get the loot table info as early as possible. Spend time looking for tea, fail, then be cold anyway. Yeah. That's not the best situation. Since we don't have a blizzard, I can figure out what the correct route is up to the plane crash here. This failed science run actually has a decent chance to turn into a successful start to this challenge. Just because of the matches found. Means we don't really care if we find the fire striker. We just care about the bedroll now. I mean, we've lost some health, but it's not that bad. Could be a lot worse. Okay, so you come up here. And then, what did I mess up before? Did I go too high? You want to get up there somehow. But isn't there like a cut through somewhere back here? Is this it? Where the heck is it? I'm so confused.
That guy who drank his own pee doesn't seem so crazy right now.
There's like a little path that goes straight up to the plane, and I don't know why I can't find it. Maybe I have to come down from over here? Ah, that's it. Okay. You have to actually come all the way up to the path going up to the watchtower, but then you go over here instead, and this loops around on the high ground. Okay. That's what it was. And unfortunately we got frostbite because I took too long to get here. So this is kind of a moot point now, but the reason I'm coming here is for the guaranteed gloves. Would have made it if I had come on in the exact route.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Oh wow. Pretty good haul. So I'm assuming that is not climbable. This is the other sort of semi-serious problem with doing a further away spawn, that we actually run out of energy for sprinting. that it takes longer to get here. So I think if I want to do the muskeg spawn, we got to spawn at the other end of the muskeg. Just get a ton of teas. And then we can actually just walk. Or who knows, maybe we still sprint until we run out of energy, but at least we'll... Wow. No bedroll here. High bar is interesting.
I'd lay down right here if I thought I'd ever wake up again.
Hi, Nana.
Can you eat trees? Because I'm gonna.
Okay, so we didn't get the bedroll. Could still be on loot table 2 or 3, depending on whether there's a bedroll in the cave. I don't think it's worth going to check, though. I'm wondering if there's a way to... What's the quickest way to determine what loot table we're on? Probably... Let me just save this run. So it could still be at the... yeah, it's hard to say exactly what that one is. Let's do one more spawn, and this time I'm going to spawn in Broken Railroad and try to do this other strategy. This is going to be even further away, but maybe it'll be good because we'll get the teas in time. I didn't find the Fire Striker. So, but I know which loot tables have the bedroll and have the Fire Striker, so I can figure it out based on that if we do find it. The problem is that not finding it doesn't tell me anything because I'm not checking all the spots that it could be. So it gives me like a likelihood, but not a certainty that we're on a certain loot table. I think what I need to do, though, is just finally, at long last, get a separate copy of the game, install the mods, and then that way I can quickly research stuff. Because I spend a fair amount of time, like, running around, researching things. And it would be so much faster with mods. I've just always been resistant to the idea for some reason. But it really wouldn't be that hard to set up.
If I don't warm up soon.
Yeah, this is a much better spawn. Look at all these mushrooms we're getting before we even get to our first fire. Plus this gives us something useful to do while we warm up and wait for the blizzard to end. Wow, there's rose hips here too. That's good. Wonder if I can reliably find this route. Seems like this is a really good route to take. Kind of just... I knew like where the first set of shrooms were, but I've kind of stumbled upon the other stuff. Pretty lucky. Uh-oh. I thought I saw some rocks up here that didn't look right. No, those are wrong, aren't they? I think we went too far. Probably not too bad. Just need to go a little bit more south, I think. See if we can go around here. Might have to take that log across. Oh, it's just safe. Well, so much for that plan. Oh no. I don't think there's any way across here. Where am I? I don't recognize these rocks at all, and that worries me.
I'm freezing.
And it was going so well. Now I'm hopelessly lost. All right, that's definitely the tracks. I'm gonna assume I didn't completely pass the train car. I don't think we've gone that far. Yeah, and there's no big open stretch like this past the train car anyway. I thought this was where the flare was. Alright, let's just get to the train car. I'll figure out where the flare is after the blizzard ends. I'm not good enough with this yet. This, spawn. So we've got where the wires end. I'm gonna have to remember this stuff somehow. And then there's the very steep angled one. This is probably, well, no, because it's not the one right at the train car. Maybe I had the right one after all and I just didn't go to the right place. Okay, flare, coal. We've got the small arms and sewing. That's the same as last time, right? No matches this time. So if those are the same, and I'm pretty sure they are, that doesn't bode well. Because that means the theory is this is the same loot table as last time too.
Come on, little fire.
And while we don't have a guarantee that this is a bad loot table, it certainly seems likely.
Come on, little fire.
Where are my shoes? Hello? Oh, they're hiding. Yeah, the books are the same as last time. So it's unlikely that this is a good loot table, but it's possible. Plus, we could still potentially learn what loot table this is. Wait, there can be mushrooms here. Okay, so I got cheated last time. Interesting.
This will come in handy.
Wait, is that always there? Now I'm starting to wonder. It can't always be there. Or maybe it's there because it's the same loot table? That would be crazy. I've never heard of loot tables determining items inside containers. I don't think. See stumps up there. Oh, I have to be really careful not to lose this. This is my only fire. Did I miss some? No, those aren't stumps. Those are trees. Okay, so maybe that one stump is the only one that can actually have them. And then the further ones are, I believe, behind these rocks right here. So we go up here, we check a couple of stumps here. These don't have anything. Oh, these can have them too. Okay. Yeah, having a few teas to travel with after the blizzard makes such a huge difference. Now we can drink another tea, stay fully warm, have the warming up buff. Oh, I forgot to go get that other flare. Yeah, so if I'm going to do the spawn, I need to learn how to find the blue flare in the blizzard too, because it's just, it's too much extra time to go get it, come back, warm up at the fire again. Just need to get the teas and the blue flare on the way in. That's an extra fire in case my first one gets blown out. Ah, shoot. Speaking of...
Wait. I'm so cold. I'm warming up a bit. I think I need to wake up.
So now it literally doesn't matter that I have all these teas unless we find a fire striker or something. This is exactly why I did no bedroll in the first place, because I really didn't want to do this constant restart for the bed. Oh well. Next time you guys see me, I might have mods installed. We might be zipping around figuring out the books and the loot tables.
Too cold to think.
Yeah, see, already tired. And now we have to do the slow walk. This is the problem with this strategy. I mean, it's fine, I guess, if I have the extra flare and it doesn't get windy right away. Because then I could probably make it to here with a fire, have more teas, eventually get my fire blown out, wait out the wind, and then start my second fire. It'll probably be okay.
It's so cold. I just want to lay down for a bit.
Yeah, so basically if we don't find the fire striker at the logging camp, this run is dead anyway. I mean, unless we got insanely lucky with, like, RNG matches or something. Just make a quick trip over to the logging camp and then we'll call it. I kind of want to check the bedroll spawns too, but it's just too slow. Especially being exhausted. Guess we could just go inside at logging camp. Maybe I'll save the game by going in the trailers and then we can just sleep. And quickly go check the bedroll spawns to see what loot table we're on. I don't even see you. Oh, you're back there somewhere. Uh-oh. Am I dead? I heard him running. That was weird. Yeah, so if the books are indicative of anything, it's likely that this is one of the bad loot tables. So what was it? Sewing plus small arms or something like that? Yeah. Let's make a note of that. So those are both the same. Probably the same loot table if that theory is correct. Let me think. I'm gonna take a quick break. I think I'm gonna come back and do one more Mystery Lake spawn. We'll run to Poachers and see what the books are. Hopefully I can get different books, and then maybe we can learn at least something about that. Get at least a theory. So, I'll be back in a few minutes. Alright, let's give this one more try. Yeah, Pickle, it's a pretty interesting idea. I mean, the person who said it on the Reddit thread that I saw seemed pretty confident. So I have no reason to doubt that it's a thing. Let's just do the Mystery Lake spawn. You know what? No, I still want this to be a real spawn, because in case we get lucky, then we'll have a start. I was thinking about just doing like a complete practice run, but at least we have a sort of a chance at a start for this challenge if we happen to get really lucky. I mean, it's only, what did we say? 1 in 9 for the Fire Striker and the bedroll, and there's also a chance that we just get matches in the bedroll. That's more like a 1 in 3 or something. I don't know exactly. 1 in 3 for the bedroll. I mean, I don't know what the chances are for the matches. No tools here this time. Wonder if that means they're in the, they seem to frequently be in that train car. So there's no way I can get up here, right? Doesn't look like it. No. So the idea would be to keep this wall somewhat in sight, and then find that big rocky outcropping over here somewhere. I don't think it's this, is it? There are stumps behind this. Let me just look. This might be it, actually. It might not really be that far. We do have some kind of mushrooms here. Yeah, I think this is already it. Okay, so that's really not that hard to find once you know what you're doing. And then I think there's more mushrooms potentially on one of these stumps. Maybe this one. Maybe we can learn the blue flare location this time too. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. This looks wrong. Well, here's the tracks. I think. No, I got tricked by that visual artifact that shows up. Alright, well that's amusing. So this time, I had no trouble finding the mushrooms, but then I got lost on the way back to the train tracks. Alright, let's just restart this. Actually, no, because then it won't be legal. Let's just do a new one. What was that? Did I click quit? Did it do that by itself? I don't think I clicked to quit. Hmm. All right. Well, now I know how to find the mushrooms. Let's just go straight to the place. I gotta reset this. Load. Sure, just load this one. Maybe I clicked quit twice. That's probably what happened. Oh, wrong way. I know what I can do. Let's go grab the flare and everything from the camp. And then we'll loop around, grab all the mushrooms, and come back and have the fire here in the tunnel. That's probably the way to do it. That way if we get the same books again, we can just quit. So we're pretty sure those are a bad loot table, either 1 or 4. Or 1 or... yeah. Probably loot table 1, right? That's the only one that has neither the bedroll nor the fire striker. I guess the other thing I could do here is try to identify whether the books that show up in the at Poacher's match up with the books at the train car in Mystery Lake. There's always like that one book there, it seems. I think that one's a small arms too, or at least it has been the past couple of times. Oh, you know what? I can't believe I just thought of this. Yeah. It's likely that those are just guaranteed to be that book. Because we've gotten the same 2 books 3 times in a row. Okay, so let's run to, we're gonna do another Mystery Lake spawn, but this time we're just gonna stay in Mystery Lake. And I'm not gonna bother looking for sticks and stuff. Let's just go. I guess I'll grab the teas just in case. Yeah, I should have thought of that before. So even if the book theory is true, of course it's going to be the case that sometimes there are books that are just always the same. And that must be the case for the ones in Poachers. Unless we just got the 1 in 64 of hitting the same loot table every single time we've been there so far. Which I guess is possible. So, Pickle, if you're still around, I remember the guy who made this comment on Reddit. I think what he said was it was a book that was either in Mountaineer's Hut or nearby. So it was either in Mountaineer's Hut or like the Fishing Hut or something like that. He said that depending on what that book was, you could determine which loot table you're on. So if you want to experiment with it, that would probably be a place to start. Because apparently the Butcher's one isn't going to cut it. It wasn't a post, it was somebody like asking, somebody was asking where they could find something, and he did it in the comments. So it might be tough to find.
This stuff
Oh
will
my
come in
goodness,
handy.
we got matches. Alright, well, see, I feel like it's always a small arms here as well. Like, this one probably doesn't tell us anything either. What's my risk? Quickly, quickly, quickly. Okay, I think we have time to go up and get the gloves. Now that I know how to get there, shouldn't be too bad. Kind of have a crazy idea for what to do here. Let's see what we get in terms of loot first. I should go get those gloves before we get frostbite. Do that first thing. Oh, are they frozen? They're 8% frozen? I think they still protect me. I think they have to be like fully frozen. We could start a fire somewhere. It's negative 29. We have 38 sticks. I mean, it's risky to do it here. What is this? Feather. Did I check the back of the plane? I don't know if anything ever spawns back here. Alright, so let me think about this. What I'm thinking is, what if we run around the back of this? We could hit the river. Since we have matches, I'm thinking maybe we could go get that coal. Probably probably the best thing to do is to just go straight to the safest close fire, which would be... Yeah, let's just go to that train car. That's fine. I think that's a safe place to have a fire. We could also go to log sort, I guess. Wouldn't hurt to check for the fire striker still, even though we have matches. We have to wait the fire out anyway, or wait the blizzard out anyway, I guess. Where am I? Hopefully I'm going the right way. Yep. Problem is we basically have no T's. That's not going to change for a long time though. We'll have to get to the trailer, maybe ravine area to get some decent T's. Okay, Pickle. Yeah, I'm probably not going to last much longer anyway. See if we can get this run off the ground, and then I'm going to have to call it a morning. Go do some real life stuff. No bedroll here, so... What's my risks? I could make it to the next location. Yeah, let's just go. Where am I going to have my fire, though? Didn't think about that. I guess we just try to find some kind of friendly terrain trap to set up in. I don't think I know any around here. Really? No cattails? Ah well, we got some birch bark. If we get to the bedroll, we could run all the way back around to the fishing hut. And have our fire there. It's maybe not the worst idea. Doesn't really put me any closer to T's, though. No, no run. Got a flare. We got a flare and matches, just no bedroll. So the flare can spawn here. I thought it might. So that's another out. Yeah, we could probably... I wonder if we should test, just see if we can make it to the fishing hut. Yeah, so this run is definitely dead. I just want to see what happens if we try to go all the way around to the fishing hut. It's pretty far. I'll probably get an idea before we get there. This is the other problem with the Mystery Lake spawn. It feels like the blizzards last longer here. Well, we did make it. Hypothermia risk is only 81%. So if we had a bedroll, we'd run all the way over here, set up a nice big fire, and sleep. Not a bad start. It's like, 55% condition. Maybe 50 by the time all is said and done here. That's not bad, especially since with the bedroll, you can actually just sleep here until a much nicer time of day. When it's actually going to be warm out, and then it won't matter that we only have one tea. Alright, well I think I'm going to leave it here. Thanks for hanging out with me, everyone. I know this is a lot of experimentation and not much actual play, but hopefully we'll get to a I'll probably do some testing off screen, see if I can figure out a better way to get the loot table that we want. Really feels like we should be more likely to find the bedroll than that. Maybe we just got unlucky today. Alright, thanks everyone. See you next time.